Keri Logosso-Misurell is executive director of an incredible organization called Wynona's House Child Advocacy Center, based in
Newark, New Jersey.
Doing important work. How you doing, Keri?
I'm doing well, thank you, Steve. Thank you for having me.
We should let people who do not know that a while back, we're doing this at the end of 2011, going into 2012. In the summer, a while back, you guys had a major funding problem. State government was pulling funding and all kinds of things were happening. And now things are a little bit better. Tell folks exactly what Wynona's House is and why it's so important.
Sure. Wynona's House is the designated child advocacy center for Essex County, where we serve child victims of sexual abuse and severe physical abuse, as well as witness to violence and serious neglect, by coordinating the investigative services of both DYFS and the prosecution who are on site. The entire prosecution unit for Essex County, Special Victims Unit, is with us, as is a DYFS unit. And also the treatment of the children, both medically through evaluations and treatment, and mental health through a partnership with Newark Beth Israel. Their clinical team and pediatric team is on site. And we also have a nonprofit staff working with the families to support them and to raise awareness and fundraise.
The work that you're doing, I want to be more specific so people understand. By the way, I got some websites we'll be putting up throughout this program that are important to get more information. You provide very specific services to the children and to parents.
Yes.
Be more specific.
Okay. So the idea is that a child who suffered the trauma of child sexual abuse or severe physical abuse should not have to go to a police station to tell the allegations of the horrific events that have happened to them. They should come to Wynona's House, where a specially trained team of detectives and not-for-profit staff interview them and record the allegations of abuse so that the child's testimony can survive and be, it doesn't have to be duplicated with multiple interviews of the child.
Right.
And the team of treatment professionals gets to watch in an observation room while the child is interviewed. Furthermore, the child's treatment all happens, medical and mental health all happens in one very child-friendly center in the middle of downtown Newark.
Right.
And the families only know they're coming to Wynona's House, which they come to know and love.
And it's interesting, you may not know, because we're, again, seen in many states, Wynona's House named after an amazing woman who served in the state senate. I was a young boy growing up in Newark, and Senator Wynona Lippman was the only African-American serving in the state senate at the time, and only woman, African-American woman serving in the state senate. And she very much was dedicated to these children and to these families, and that's why it's named Wynona's House. By the way, up to this point, Keri, heavy focus on dealing with what happens once abuse takes place. Focusing more on prevention. There's a new initiative. Talk about it. What's it called? So
the new initiative is called the Enough Abuse Campaign.
The Enough Abuse Campaign. Go ahead.
And we were selected, Wynona's House was selected as one of 3 agencies in New Jersey to partner with Prevent Child Abuse New Jersey to put the onus on the communities, on the adults who are responsible for protecting our children. So there's a few approaches: educating the parents and the caregivers about how to protect their children, signs and symptoms of abuse, and how to report it, and also then working with the children so that they understand healthy relationships, empathy, and self-protection skills. Thirdly, working with youth-serving organizations, which we have many of in Newark and Greater Essex County. And lastly, focusing on public policy and practice changes that are so important for this issue.
Keri, help folks. By the way, you just got a significant grant from one of our grantors as well, the Prudential Foundation. And what are those dollars for?
So those dollars are focused on capacity building to help Wynona's House, which has historically largely relied on government funding for the direct services.
Which is risky.
Yes.
As we know.
Yes. We survived a scary time this summer. It's a tough time federally and statewide and locally. So Prudential's helping us capacity build in the area of developing a financial fundraising plan to help communicate better with individual givers, our community members, and our major givers, and encourage them that everyone's a child advocate and they can help.
And speaking of everyone being a child advocate, Keri, one of the things that I understand is there's a coalition that has come together to be involved in this effort. What is the coalition and who is involved?
So Prevent Child Abuse New Jersey is leading that coalition. It's called the New Jersey Partnership to Prevent Child Sexual Abuse. And it's a far-reaching coalition. We are inviting many people, any and all comers who are interested. But it's child abuse prevention programs that are working in the schools currently. It's the regional diagnostic and treatment centers who are already placed in 4 regions of New Jersey with specialized treatment for child abuse. They're at the table. The Department of Children and Families, Department of Community Affairs, adult sexual abuse survivor services, they're at the table. So it's meant to really have a comprehensive dialogue around the issue of child sexual abuse and the long-lasting effects, which underscore the need to prevent abuse from happening in the first place. And we're working to affect change really at the local level through our initiative, the Enough Abuse campaign, and at the statewide level.
Keri, you've been doing this for a while.
Yes.
To what degree do you sense that most citizens understand how serious the problem is and the degree of suffering that these children and those around them are dealing with every day? Simply put, how high a priority do you think this is for most citizens?
Not high enough. I think this is a very tough topic for people to talk about and to grapple with.
Why?
This is an issue that 90% of the abusers are known to the children.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So that means if the abuser is known to the children, they're known to the parents and the family as well, which makes it almost incomprehensible for the family to believe that this person who they've loved and entrusted their child to could do such horrific things to their child. That's one level of barrier to adults reporting and really talking about this issue. I think another real issue out there is that only 10% of children disclose. That means the bulk of the children impacted by child sexual abuse go through their lives suffering and struggling with their own untreated trauma and abuse. So it's not really the first thing they want to talk about because it means revisiting a very painful...
How does that manifest itself for most of these kids?
Well, the Centers for Disease Control has done an extensive study on this called the Adverse Childhood Incident or Event Study, ACE it's called, and there's long-lasting effects in the form of depression, alcohol abuse, suicide, promiscuity, you name it. It's trauma. So when you don't treat trauma, it manifests in other ways. And so you have adults really dealing with all of the things I just mentioned, now also trying to raise children, and by virtue of the adults sometimes picking poor partners or unhealthy relationships for themselves, it jeopardizes the child's safety.
Before I let you out of here, for those watching, what do you want them to do?
I want them to visit our website at www.wynonashouse.org. Please consider supporting us financially.
Put up the site, guys. There it is. You're a nonprofit.
We are a not-for-profit.
The site is up there right now. They go on the
Thank
site.
you.
What happens?
You can donate and support our efforts right
Where's
online.
the money going to go? Be specific.
It goes to the medical services, to the mental health services. We're always trying to expand our bilingual and multilingual practices, so we need to grow services beyond the basics, and we can tailor services to our diverse population in Essex. Everything from that to, we want to send our kids to camp in the summer. We want to have enrichment programs for them, mentoring, to help them heal beyond the core services, and everyone can help in that manner.
Keri, you're doing important work.
Thank you, Steve.
Keep it up. Wynona's House, it's a child advocacy center in the city of Newark, serving children and families suffering from abuse. The campaign is called Enough Abuse. Keep it up. We're here for you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Keri. Stay right there. One-on-one continues right after this. Stay with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org and visit us online at oneonone.org.